Hey there, everybody. Happy Thursday to you. You knew that I just could not pass up a Thursday, a reason to say Thursday, so it's here. Got a couple new journals for this shop, guys. This one is called Union Jack. It has a double-decker bus on it. The fabric is just crazy cool. Reflections of the UK as well as the USA. It's quite a big book. She is 8 3. Sorry, got to take my glasses off. 8 3/8 by 6 1/4 by 2. She does kind of bow out, kind of fatly right here. You can kind of see the girth on her. It's one of those things that I just had. Sometimes I get into these things and I just have a really hard time stopping, and both of these are kind of examples of that. We start off with a beautiful mystery lady. She may be from the UK, she may be from the USA, who knows? And of course your storybook is here with some sticky notes. As you're going through your journal, you can sticky note pages that are particularly interesting to you. There's a paper feather up here, a handmade paper feather. I love this card. Thinking here goes nothing could be the start of everything. Is that not true? When we think about our nation, you know, we think about homes, we think about the different styles of homes we have. Now in the United States, cabins are really, that was kind of the basic homestead of people. You know, you built a log cabin, and I think log cabins are absolutely so pretty. So there are a couple pages from Log Cabin Living magazine right here, which are just beautiful and inspirational, just in themselves. I got a dendronics paper pack, and that is the study of trees. So there's some dendronics paper in here. Something for you to color. Pretty, pretty, pretty colors. Lots of papers. Here's an inky paper for you. More than dendronics. Of course, when we think about the UK and the USA, we think about fashion, and those are to, you know, New York, Los Angeles, London. Those are all like fashion centers. This says complete the globe. Now I would be hard pressed to fill this globe in, but maybe you guys can do it. If we're thinking about worldly things, then we think about different nations and different people. This is such a beautiful picture from a Chinese family history, and I just love it. There's a birthday cake right here. When we think about, you know, our nation, America, we were founded on religious freedom, and I have a stellar bulletin from a church in Charlotte. This is from October the 24th, 1982. I love church bulletins. I think that they are fantastic things. And look, somebody's doodled on the back of it. This is a piece of fabric paper that says, "We the people." This is an explanation about how laws are made. Now, there's an explanation about how laws are made in the UK right here. The House of Lords, the first reading, formality, the second reading, debate, the committee, the report, the third reading, bill goes to the Commons. This was interesting. The royal assent, the bill becomes an act of parliament and the bill becomes law, because the royal, whoever is king or queen, has to sign the bill. Even though they really are not politically affiliated, they have to sign the bill. I thought that was very interesting. This is a look at history, people, politics, and society. This section of this book talks about civil rights. And I thought that this is a beautiful, interesting timeline, you guys. There are some things in here for you to play with. And, of course, a Union Jack playing card. We had to have that, didn't we? This is the back of the bulletin. More inky papers. I really love that stencil. It looks like balls. It is, you know, like bowling balls or something. It's very cool. The English love their gardens, and we love our gardens too. So I thought a really pretty little garden, a garden card would be very sweet in here. This is something that is very near and dear to my heart. I made you guys a copy of a photograph of Edith Holton. Edith Holton wrote this wonderful book called The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady. It is my friend Bob, who is a World War II veteran, sent it to me. He found it in a car boot sale, and it is one of my most precious possessions. I absolutely love it. And, you know, if we're talking UK, then we got to talk about you know, going on the UK tours to the Lake Country. Remember when Jane Austen, when Elizabeth Bennet was going to the Lake Country with her aunt and uncle. So Edith Holden is just a remarkable artist as well as a writer, and I put one of her pages in here. She would travel her neighborhood and draw and write about all of the flowers and plants that were in bloom. She was an absolutely amazing and stunning artist. I love this little guy. He says, "I'm out of tune without you." There's stickers over here for you guys. This is a kind of like a tag that would go on a suitcase and a folding map and a ticket that says admit one. There's plenty of bookmark paper under here for you, so you can do something with that. We think about the USA, we think about Harley Davidson, and this is a sweet postcard that features Harleys out front. My granddaddy was one of the first Harley Davidson motocross riders, and we have his trophies, and I have a photo of him downstairs sitting on his motorcycle. He was quite a character, to say the least, and I think he was racing like in the late 20s and 30s. Again, Bob sends me these beautiful calendars, and this is part of the beautiful Britain calendar that he sent me this year. This is the part that's folded together, so I didn't ruin anything. I just took what you know, what was folded over. Look at that! Is that not just stunning? I would love to go to England. I love anything English, y'all. And we've got some telephones for you. You know, if you're planning a tour of somewhere, you might need a nice calendar. I love these little flashcards here. Which of these women is represented on money? And I believe we see Queen Victoria right here. Who is that? I don't know who that is, but this is definitely Queen Victoria. I do believe it's Queen Victoria. I have a Perillo Tours insert for you, so you can kind of think about going places and doing things. This is awesome. This is a finish up this picture of Big Ben right there. More papers for you to play with. A travel brochure from San Francisco. More Perillos. Let's see what's here. Italy and Hawaii. It's nice to think about traveling. It really is. But, you know, there's something to be said about sitting at home traveling too. You know, with the Travel Channel or with the wonderful PBS series. That's an okay way to travel too. Here is a backpack sticker. And, of course, some Claire Foy and The Crown. I have not watched all of this, and we just got Netflix, and I just noticed that, oh, it's on Netflix, so I can watch it. I'm really looking forward to that. This is just a little pocket that's just chock full of fun. I've got a Tim Holtz antique clock stamp up here, and this is a piece of scrapbook board, a skinny book for you. This is a book that one of Judy's kids made. You know, I told you that my friend Judy teaches daycare, and she's constantly talking to her children about recycling. So this is one of their recycling projects. This is a greeting card, and the little girl recycled it into a beautiful little book. It's just awesome. It says, "Today, in the midst of your busy life, may you have at least one moment to sit back and relax when you don't have to do anything or be anywhere in particular." Let's just breathe through that one for just a minute. Isn't that a nice thought? We're girl people. We seldom have that kind of time. I've got a sheet of ABC stickers for you. And we must have, of course, cake and tea, or a nice British biscuit. And I love this paper. Features British things as well as American mentions. I got a pocket full of fun right here. Crazy about that. It almost looks like a placemat, but it is so beautiful. It's got such a lacy quality to it. I have been waiting and waiting and waiting to use this. This is from, I believe it's 1949 Life magazine. I'm not going to take it out of here because it is very, very fragile, but you guys will have an absolute delight playing with this. And it's big, so this book is big, so I finally got to use it. And of course, we could not talk about the UK without talking about Romeo and Juliet. And this is from the big volume of Shakespeare. And this is a page from Victoria Home, the 1972 Better Homes and Gardens book. And let's see, what is our Great American Recipes? I thought this was so funny, y'all. It's microwave cooking part 1, and then there's a microwave cooking part 2, and there's a microwave cooking part 3. I cannot imagine 3 separate little brochures to teach you to cook in a microwave. But okay, you know, it was in its defense, that was a completely new thing, you know, microwave cooking. I think these are from the 70s, so very, very new kind of thing. Health and happiness in home life. I thought this went really well with the Great American Recipes insert, because these ladies are drying dishes. I mean, we don't see that very often. This is Health and Happiness in Home Life. This is from the American Red Cross Nursing Manual. It's still talking about posture. These are things we just don't see anymore. Name, address, city, phone. No email. Okay, and we thinking about the rooms of the house, and we think about secret rooms. This is from the 1955 Hardy Boys book, While the Clock Ticked. Got some 1941 ledger paper for you. A sweet little Christmas card. It's signed by the 6 lads of number 28 Melway Street. It's just so neat, and it's got little kitty cats on it. This is part of an ephemera collection that my sweet friend Jeannie sent me. She's like my genie in a bottle. She's Jeannie in a bottle. This is a card for you to alter, guys. This is a little bit of vinyl just for something kind of new for you to play with. My guy redoes the interiors to Nissan Z cars. He's an antique car kind of specialist, and I just think this vinyl is incredible. So I always kind of go out to his garage and see if I can find some cool vinyl. This is a piece of ephemera, Mr. and Ms. Harry S. Nielsen. This is from Mrs. James W. Warren, Lynbrook, Long Island, New York. That's a sweet piece right there. And the stamp is 1946 on that one. Here are some stars for you to play with. A little pack of papers, a little butterflies in there. Our check is to W.R. Osborne. That is Ozzy Osbourne's great-granddaddy, who was born in 1906. I'm kidding. That it's signed on the back, and I love the checks that are signed on the back. William R. Osborne, Mount Cogley. Now, I don't know what Mount Cogley is, but there are inky papers in here. There's some of that super fine Indian, handmade Indian paper right there for you to play with. Of course, washi tapes. You know, this book is just chock full of fibers, so don't forget about your washi tapes and your fibers down here. The Vintage Dictionary page is C, so it has candy, candroy, candor, candoc. It's a very cool page right here. These are my balloon paintings. You guys have to try it. It's so much fun. You like blow up a balloon, stick it in paint, and then you pop the balloon on a sheet of paper. It is just incredible fun. It makes the prettiest flowers. This pocket has a little bit about Washington, D.C. It has some sparkly paper in it. I like this section because, you know, if we're thinking about celebrations both in the UK and in the United States, you know, we're thinking about fireworks. So I thought that was a very pretty little pocket. Turned out really well. Something for you to color. Some scrapbook paper. This is part of this is a fabric page. This says Author Conan Doyle. A postcard. You can send it to someone. This is a pocket full of ATC stuff for you to play with. Peter Newell illustration from Alice in Wonderland. This is the Caucasus race. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I'm trying so hard to save that book. It's going pretty good. Going pretty good. I have some paper flowers in here for you to play with, along with the ticket. One of my favorite inky papers. Love that. It looks like the sunshine, kind of. And I never know how it's going to turn out. That's what I love about that stencil. It's just kind of crazy stencil. And more inky papers here. There's a super beautiful glittery bookmark right here. Of course, if you don't like the glittery part of it, you can turn it over and just use the white. This is sweet. It was a pencil tree, and I love this particularly because you can see the vintage decor right here, the yellow curtains. This is from the Vicar of Wakefield, print by Arthur Rackman, who we usually think about Arthur Rackman as the illustrator for fairy books and things like that. This is from the J. Peterman catalog. You know this coat, the one you wrap around yourself. You wrap yourself in when you slip into the Schubert Alley on the way to your dressing room, or the Polo Lounge at the Beverly Hills Hotel, the one that Hayworth and Gardner wore. That one. Your trench coat. And here, I love this because it reminded me of riding habits. And, you know, I think about what a big sport that is in the UK, as well as the USA, riding horses. My friend Nancy has horses, and it is quite inspiring to go to her house and look out the back door and see her horses grazing. I just think it's so super cool. And then the last little insert here has 3 samples of braiding. It has a dress form, pattern paper, and vintage packaging from Twila tape. I had to read this to you. Does your child sew? Send 3 labels and 25 cents to cover postage and handling for a generous package of clippings of Wright's trims suitable for trimming dolls' clothes. Include your zip code. Is that not crazy? Does your child sew? My goodness. This is from the Yves Saint Laurent exhibit at the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts. I got some braiding here for you. This was just a super fun book to put together. Well, they all are, but, you know, this was super, super, super fun. I'll have this in the shop just a little bit later on, and she is Union Jack. Oh my goodness, Americana. We've got trucks, we've got teardrop trailers, we've got kids on swings, we've got some bird houses here. boats, bicycles, drum and bugle corps right here. I love this fabric. It just makes me happy. And it says, United we stand, God bless America, red, white, and blue, liberty, old glory, freedom, United States. It's just an awesome, awesome bit of fabric. And I finished this up with some glittery elements and some mirrored elements. I thought that that went really well with the blue fabric here. This is a tricky closure, y'all. You kind of, I love the star. She just had to be here. But you sort of have to kind of lift up on her and then put the string around her. Just, you know, just know it's a tricky little closure there. Of course, in 1776, the Declaration of Independence was signed by the United States, and that is a uniquely American holiday. It's a day of like picnics and patriotic gatherings and things like that. So we always celebrate July the 4th. This is your story in your storybook, and your sticky notes are right here. I put in a homemade paper feather for you. I kind of love this paper because it's bobbers. You know, if you're a Fisher person, you know what a bobber is, and I just thought it was really sweet. Of course, the United States was founded on religious freedom, and I thought that it would be nice to put a prayer in here. It's a beautiful poem about the road ahead, and that's what those first pilgrims were. Good grief, can you imagine that? Going to a whole totally different new place and starting a life? Those people were incredibly brave. This is a little bit of ephemera for you about FDR. Lots of fun papers. A timesheet, because when the pilgrims came here, then they had to make really good use of their time. We don't see timesheets very much anymore. Had to figure out a monetary system. This is a little page that you can design your own dollar. Maybe you want to put you over here. This is a page about the court system in the United States. I thought that that was really interesting. Got some inky paper. Now remember, y'all, these inky paper cards, that's a whole card. And you can slip it out, and you can decorate it, and you can stick it in an envelope and send it to someone. Got some Tim Holtz vellum for you. Some tickets right here, and a package full of things to play with. These are letters from the Dust Bowl, and when I was reading through these letters, it's really amazing. For over a week, we have been having troublesome times. The dust is something fierce. Sometimes it lets up enough so we can see around. Even the sun may shine for a little time. Then we have a frenzied time of cleaning, anticipating the comfort of a clean feeling once more. There are two letters here, one dated March the 24th, 1935. The other is dated April 30th, 1935. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie Interstellar by Matthew McConaughey. I mean, not by Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey is in that. And reading these letters really did remind me of that movie. If you have not seen that movie, it is remarkable. This is a brochure from the Jamestown settlement, the first permanent English settlement 13 years before the Pilgrims landed in Massachusetts. A group of 104 English men and boys made a 4.5-month voyage to the banks of the James River to form a settlement in Virginia. Their goal of making a profit from the resources of the New World for the Virginia Company's shareholders in London quickly took a back seat to pure survival as they confronted the harsh realities of life in their new home. This is the other part of the brochure that talks about the Yorktown Victory Center, which is also where the Jamestown settlement is. On October the 19th, 1781, the decisive military campaign of the American Revolution culminated with the British surrender to combined American and French forces under the command of George Washington. This is, if you ever get to Virginia, this is a stellar place to go visit. there's a museum there, but I think the most interesting part about going to Jamestown are the soldier encampments that are reenacted on the grounds. They are just crazy amazing. This is a complete card. Again, you know, we Americans, we love our gardens. More paper flowers for you to put together. A little nod to log cabins. Could you live in a barn? Yes, I could. I love barns. We think about barns and log cabins as, you know, as people settled in America. This is a page from Victoria magazine. A little something for you to color. Some of the Dendronics paper pad, which is just really beautiful. And a few little sweethearts for you. Almost Valentine's Day. Oh, which reminds me, please, you guys, check out my Art du Jour February 2017 playlist. Almost said a set list. That's the musician coming out in me. Playlist. I've got all kinds of super cool art projects that you can do with stuff around the house. I did that Art du Jour February 2017. So I'll put an iCard up here and link that playlist. Oh my goodness, friend Cheryl sent me a flocked Valentine card with her blessing to use it in something, which I immediately did. This says, a wise old owl said, "You would be my Valentine." Oh my goodness, I love it, Cheryl. Thank you. This is a sticker that says "Yield to Pledge." You know, as Americans, we like to travel. This is a sweet brochure from the Heritage Museum. Look at that stained glass window. Very, very pretty. Papers for you to play with, cardstock for you to play with, a map of Pennsylvania, because maybe you want to go to Pennsylvania. This is from the Reminisce magazine, 1992. This is, I love these car pictures. This is about a Model T. Model T took pals on coast-to-coast trip. This is by Ed Simpson, who lives in Clemson, South Carolina. Which I crazy love. Snappy Sayings spruce up their V8. I love these things. Again, this is a page from Reminisce magazine. And this is the same magazine that features the Dust Bowl and Depression articles. Very interesting. This is a beautiful picture of a snowy owl, because we like nature, right? As Americans, we like to go and see nature. We like to go to zoos, and we like to hike and see things in nature. I love to go to zoos. I love to see animals. It kind of hurts me to see them enclosed, but I really do respect that they're there. I love animals. This was so cool, and I thought it kind of reflected the kids swinging on the front of the book. It's dated 39, but I'm really not sure if that is the exact date. Oops, sorry y'all, that the photograph was taken. But it is a woman, and she is swinging in an old style swing. I thought that was so neat. Love this ephemera collection. Again, an ephemera collection from Jeannie. These are stickers that relate to travel. Some more inky papers. Oh, I know, guys. I was thinking, what's that blank? I've run a copy of this great article called Uniquely American Holidays: Thanksgiving, 4th of July, Martin Luther King Day, President's Day, Memorial Day, Labor Day, Columbus Day, and Veterans Day. And that is what is going in that pocket. When I saw that pocket empty, I thought, what is that? But I ran something off for you guys to read. So I'll stick that in that pocket. Got some inky papers for you. This says something about a picnic. I think the let's go on a picnic. Life's a picnic. That's what it is. And as you know, we love our picnics, don't we? And of course, our picnics involve barbecuing. We like to be outside when the weather is nice, and we like to cook on our grills. This is some German paper. It has seashells and fish. It's very delicate, so I put it under plastic for you guys. I love this. This is from the Reminisce magazine about how people survived, the good earth provided, and how people canned and just used their savvy to get by during the Great Depression. I love the canning photograph right there. It's amazing. Lots of papers for you to play with. Gotta have a doggy. We love our doggies. And inside here are, I think there's some ATCs and scrap papers in here for you to doodle around with. More stickers that relate to travel. A really sweet sticker set about the ocean. You know, I don't know if you guys did or not, but I used to skate when I was a little girl. That was like the big thing, you know, was to go to the skating rink. And I think that a lot of us probably have that memory. I've got another balloon print for you. A Liberty Bell right here. And there is a trivia card that says, which is not linked to the American Revolution. I've got letter stickers under here for you to doodle around with. Lots of papers. This is a piece of sheet music, Great Melodies from Grand Operas. I love this because it has the guitar chords with it. And I thought if we were going to talk about guitar chords for a minute, my guy changed strings on his guitar tonight before a show. So I put his string envelope in here. And there are hearts inside the string envelope. Health and Happiness in Home Life from the 1942 Red Cross Nursing Manual. This is Rose Types. This is 1972, Better Homes and Gardens. A vintage Christmas card that says Christmas greetings to my husband. It's signed Cap in 1954. Very sweet. I love this as well. This is from the 1925 Sears and Roebuck catalog. These are harnesses for horses. Isn't that not incredible? So cool. I kind of love anything vintage and old-fashioned, y'all. Can you tell? The Vintage Dictionary page is, I love the word cacophony. It means a noise, an unpleasant noise. And bookmarks for you to play with. This is from the Take 5 Art Challenge. It says Believe. Has a lot of texture for you to play with. This is a card that is 1919, an envelope to the Honorable George A. Emery in Saco, Maine. Love that it is 1919. That is almost 100 years old. And we've got a travel brochure to round this little book out. And I am calling her Americana. I just think she's sweet. I love the blue color. It's very, very soothing and nice. I've got this one in the shop too, just a little bit later on tonight. Like I said, a little bit of a trick right here. But I love the star so much. I just had to use the star. Okay, you guys, thank you so much again for your sweet support of my Etsy shop. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for your kind comments. Thank you for the notes that I'm getting in the mail about the journals and how much you're enjoying them. It just makes my heart sing, you guys. You have no idea how truly happy you make me. I love you guys all. Take care, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.